Hello, everyone. It's Monday Fun Day. This Monday Fun Day, I have an incredible, funny, quirky, and a very, very dear friend of mine. Meet Elodie Hoji. Elodie, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for inviting me and giving me a space to share my story and my point of view. I'm so excited. Thank you.
So, what was it like for you when you were younger? The self esteem side, and how did other people's opinion change that a little bit for you?
When I was younger, like I'm from a big family, huge family. So I have like, I don't know how many cousins and everything. And I know that I remember that everyone had an opinion and had to share it. And we are women.
Uh-huh.
Until today, it's the same thing still happening. Everybody has an opinion, everybody is sharing it, and we didn't ask for any of it. So when I grew up, I was lazy and fat. I
Mhm.
was the big girl who's lazy. So I remember one of my mom's sister coming home, and I wouldn't have done the cleaning, and she was like, "Oh, okay." And I knew that the story will go all around the family. I came to her place, and Elodie was sitting down watching TV. But I was maybe 10 or 8, I don't know.
Mhm.
And yeah, I remember them calling me that, and so many other things that when they talk around children, they think that we don't hear them or we don't understand, that the kids don't understand. So there is nothing wrong in, okay, she's shy. Oh, don't mind her. She's shy, but she's right here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it happened a lot. It happened a lot. And when I grew up, I was telling you that yesterday, when I grew up, no, not when I grew up, like few weeks ago,
Mhm.
I found out pictures of myself when I was younger, and I was like, I wasn't fat, I wasn't big, I wasn't, and I was so sure that I was that it changed the image I had of me,
Mhm.
and I use the word change, but actually it shaped that image I had of me because yeah, they said it, so it was true, I guess. And when
Mhm.
you get to your 30s and you're like, oh, okay, so I'm discovering that thing. I wasn't that big.
Mhm.
What is big? When are you big? And I wasn't that big. So
Mhm.
about the lazy part, I never like cleaning. And because I guess that because I'm a woman, I was a girl, I had
Mhm.
to. I had to like cleaning the house, cooking. I like cooking, but I don't like cleaning. I hate it. I hate doing the dishes. Today, my husband does the dishes at home. I don't do the dishes. That's something I was like, do you want to get married to me? I don't do the dishes. And he's like, fine, you cook, I do the dishes. Okay. Once the food is eaten, I'm like, my job is done here. So he takes over and do everything that's left to be done.
Mhm. Would your conversation to your younger self change now?
I think I would say the same thing I've been telling my son ever since he was born. Like every, don't worry if I cry. I'm like that. I just cry. I get a bit emotional and I cry.
We love
So
that about you.
when my son was born, the every day after the bath, I used to tell him, "You are smart. You are beautiful," and more and more and more. So he's now 4.5. And to this day, he says, Mom, can we do the words in the mirror? And I'm like, I'm smart, I'm strong. And I think that everything that I'm telling my son now is, I would like to say the same thing. There's one thing I want to say about motherhood. When I got pregnant,
Mhm.
I was happy, super happy. We wanted to have a baby. We tried, and we got pregnant, so I was really happy. Then I started to be sad and feel really sad. And I went to the doctor and I said, I don't know. And I said, I remember, I said, I hear women telling, oh, I'm so happy, I'm pregnant. I feel so happy. And I said, when is this starting for me? And she was shocked. She was like, it feels like, once again, like motherhood is the most beautiful thing in life. And when you don't feel that way, you kind of feel disconnected with society or reality. I don't know, but I felt ashamed that I wasn't feeling that way, that I wasn't feeling um, all happy or excited. I was really happy that we were going to have a baby, but being pregnant was complicated. And then, how are you? You, me? I'm like, okay. Then I started crying,
Mm-hmm.
and then she said, okay, we'll go through blood test and everything, and I'll see you in a week. And the week after that, she's like, okay, the blood test is good, everything is good, and I think you are going through postpartum depression. And I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm educated. I was a journalist. I am a journalist, and I never heard about postpartum depression. I knew what depression was, but postpartum depression, how come? Like, becoming a mother is the most beautiful thing in the world. How come this thing exists? So I went home. I went back home. I looked it up on the internet, and I see that I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't a failure. I wasn't alone. That it was happening to other women. So I talked to those women, and they listened to me. And everything that was going through my mind, I shared it with them. There was no judgment. There was no, and they were listening. They were responding, listening, but listening in a way that is, okay, I hear you. I hear you. Because when someone is telling you things that are really hard to hear, you don't have to respond with, oh, okay, this happened also to blah 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 blah. Oh, I understand. But me, I was so happy when I had my baby. You don't have to respond. You don't have to say this. You just have to listen, and then see if, okay, maybe how can I help you? How can I offer help? So interviewing people from La Réunion Island, where I'm from. So I interviewed that guy who created the first solar drone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's from La Réunion Island. Interviewed him. It was really nice to me. And everything went well. And the video was nice and everything. I was really happy. So every time I was going back to my therapist and saying, okay, she was like, what did you do? I did this. And now I have a blog and I share my story and I write. She said, hey, that's good, good, good. To that point, to the day she said, you are out of depression. And I was like, party in my head. Hey, this is good. It's like I passed the test. Okay, I paid her, but I passed.
Uh-huh.
Team started to go back up. And then I started an Instagram account where I talk about postpartum depression and how you feel when you're a mom and everything that no one wants to talk about because it's not beautiful, it's not glamorous. Like, okay, when you have a baby, everything's supposed to be going well, and as long as your baby is healthy, you have nothing to say. Everything is fine. So I'm like breaking this. I'm breaking this, and I'm very happy to share my story. I think it's really, really, really important. I know it's a long journey. I know when it's happening to you, it feels like it's never going to end. It feels like it's the end of the world. But one of the reasons why I'm sharing my story is to tell you that if I made it through, you can make it too. If you are going through something difficult right now, there is something brighter waiting for you. It might take few days, few weeks, but you're going to get there. And if you know what if you want to talk to me about it, please feel free to do it. Write me a message or send me a message. I'm happy to listen to you and help if I can.
Thank you so much, Elodie. You are
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thank you,
Merci.
guys. Have a wonderful week.